Half a day passed in the blink of an eye. 5 towering spires had appeared throughout Erebonia, as well as a massive floating stronghold. At first the people fell into panic, but announcements from the Imperial government eventually calmed their unrest. So, though some did so with exhausted resignation and others with an eerie sort of excitement, all turned to face tomorrow's coming war. It was when the Courageous Two quickly sent out emergency messages to all their allies. Together they worked tirelessly attempting to make sense of the situation as much as possible. As a result, they concluded that the ancient floating fortress had appeared as part of the final stage of the Empire's curse. Its powerful energies would further twist and warp the people's minds in order to drive them to endless war and bloodshed. In addition, the true nature of the numerous white spires was instantly clear to those with ties to the church. They were nearly identical to the Salt Pail, the product of a singularity and the cause of the North Ambrian disaster 28 years ago. It was hypothesized they were created from residual matter of the original Salt Pail that had remained underground. However, unlike the original Salt Pail, these new ones did not convert their surroundings to salt. Rather, they appeared to be spiritually linked to this floating fortress. A multi-layered barrier was also observed surrounding the fortress, with an initial analysis revealing it to be completely impenetrable. Operation Jormungand showed no signs of slowing, but the resistance represented by Mil Mirage was also gathering momentum. Palvard, Laberl, and Ormaferia mustered their forces along with support from the Viceland army. The time for the continent's two great powers to clash drew near and near, with the fate of the world hanging in the balance. Oliver, Reen, and the rest of the Radiant Wings would not stand idly by and watch fate unfold, however. As they were trying to decide their best course of action, they received an unexpected message from an old friend. It was George. He'd called to fill them in on what was happening. Hell yeah, I got the game on my phone right now, so watching it as well. The massive object that appeared over the Osgiliath Basin was an ancient superweapon of the Gnomes, the Tuatha De Danann, otherwise known as the Imperial Fortress. It was an airborne structure from before the Great Collapse that had been hidden away in a space-time distortion caused by the Great One's birth. For the past millennium, the Gnomes had been carrying out large-scale renovations on the fortress. It had been converted to connect to the Pales and interface with the curse through them, turning it into the ideal stage for the rivalry of the Seven. It was there they intended to hold a final rivalry of once the Great Twilight had reached its climax. All for the sake of reforging the Great One. However, though it was a single spark of hope yet remained. The members of the Radiant Wings gathered together, joined by key personnel from the Mil Mirage, and together they began devising an all-or-nothing plan to combat the dire situation before them. And so, it was that on the eve of the clash between the Jormungand and Mil Mirage, a third operation was born. Their course of action decided, all those involved gathered together at a certain location in Crossbell. Do you think they would trade Kyrie for more depth? if he doesn't come back anytime soon. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Beyond Mishelam. Beyond Mishelam. Our one night off. Oh boy.
I think it turned out very well. Thanks for your help, everyone. It's not half bad if I do say so myself. Good work.
We should be thanking you guys. You're the ones who did the heavy lifting.
I still find it pretty hard to believe you were able to make a barrier over all of Mishelam.
Barrier?
It's something that could only be accomplished through combining the witch's spells, our stigmas, and the Merkaba.
Don't forget the wind.
Not to mention the raw power of 2 divine knights.
And the wind.
And then we were able to convert the Pantagruel's orbal energy into mana to sustain the barrier.
Ha ha ha! Such beautiful teamwork! If we can do something like this, the sky's the limit!
We ain't exactly here for a team-building exercise, you know.
In any event, the barrier should hold. At least for tonight.
It'll be able to absorb a few hits from any railway cannon shots that come our way. Not that we'll need to worry much about them, given they'll be busy with the war for the time being.
I'm sure as far as the Chancellor is concerned, we're simply some minor rabble, beneath his notice.
He probably sees us as nothing more than the opening act to the Great Twilight.
Opening act nothing. Doesn't he know we're the main event?
Oh, hey there, everyone. Good to see you guys.
How are your rooms? Did you drop off all your things already?
Yeah. Honestly, I was blown away by how ritzy this place
At
is.
least the Mishelam Wonderland
believe
track
we have it all to
isn't
ourselves.
annoying or anything. I don't mind listening to it.
Even locals like us don't get many chances to stay here.
It's a nice
Last
little
time was
jam.
when Maribel invited us after the trade conference.
Oh, man. That seems like it was 100 years ago.
Thinking back, it's kind of a bittersweet memory.
We still had a lot of fun, though!
Looking around, we've got quite the crowd here now.
Quite the gang.
And a lot of us are from Thor's, too.
We might as well live it up then. This is our last night before everything goes down, after all.
You're right. Tomorrow's when everything will be decided.
Our future rests on the success of Operation Shining Steel. Though honestly, it's still a pretty dicey plan.
Should have called it Operation Cold Steel. Get it? There's a game's called Trails of Cold Steel.
So,
Okay.
this is Operation Shining Steel then?
After reviewing the whole plan like this, it seems more reckless than it does bold.
We may not have much margin for error, but I think this could actually work.
So basically, we're gonna get a bunch of teams to raid all the salt pails at once, put them out of commission, and then have the Courageous Two charge into the fortress while its barrier is down. That about sum it up?
Yes, but there's little chance that things will go so smoothly. I'm sure we'll have a number of unforeseen circumstances to deal with. Our top priority, however, is making sure the Divine Knights and Class 7 get to the target.
That's right. So even if something goes awry and the Courageous 2 is unable to land, we can continue with the plan. As long as Reen and the others can successfully board the fortress in time, we still have a chance.
Our foes will try to end the rivalry of the Seven as the Great Twilight reaches its climax. If we manage to seize control of the rivalries before then, however, we may be able to prevent them from achieving their goals.
At this point, they think they've already won. It's likely they'll welcome Instructor Reen since they need him to finish the rivalries. And that will be our chance.
That's all fine and good, but what about the salt pails? One glance and you could tell they're bad news. They're giving off one hell of an ominous vibe.
Yes. They seem to be pulsing with energy from the lower planes. And this same energy is what's letting them act as singularities, making them nearly impregnable.
Further, given the devils that have been appearing all over lately, I get the feeling we may find even worse things protecting each of the pails.
Yes. It's something we'll need to be prepared for.
Well, if we know what we gotta do, then all that's left is to go do it.
That's right. It's our turn now.
The gang's all here.
You can leave one of the salt pails to the Liberal team.
Hell yeah.
We just gotta decide on which of us is going.
Same for us in the SSS.
Crossbow gang.
As members of the Radiant Wings, let us help clear a path for you and the others.
Estelle, Lloyd, everyone.
Aw, you guys.
Guess we should have seen this coming, huh?
You can count on us, too.
Duvally.
Doobs?
Are you sure?
Yes. Since my lord's passing,
Oh, Leanne!
I
Oh,
managed to clear my mind.
don't remind me.
The time has come for the Stahlritter to unite once more, to see our Lord's will done.
Our Lord saw fit to grant you her power. It's our duty to carry her torch to light your way.
All of you.
Don't forget to save some seats for us, huh? We'll be teaming up with those Stahlritter gals, if that's okay.
The boss would have wanted as much from us.
Zeno, Leo.
Sheesh. This is one hell of a lineup.
In that case, you can add Sharon and me to the list of volunteers.
As maid of the Reinford family, I would be honored if you would allow me to fulfill this particular role.
Poggers.
Angie! You too, Sharon?
Lady Angelica and I have also suffered at the hands of our foes. After careful discussion, we have decided it would only be appropriate to return the favor.
From what I hear, Lieutenant Colonel Mueller will be returning to the Courageous 2 tomorrow. I figured I'd leave the steering up to the expert, so I can get back to kicking some ass.
Sharon, Angelica. Then you can count me in too.
Can't let you do that, Toa. We need you here. You've got both the Courageous 2 and the entire operation to look after.
Angelica's right.
And there
I very
goes
much
playable
prefer you to
Toa.
remain at your post.
I'll be on the bridge as well. But even then, I suspect we'll have our hands full manning the air defenses.
Understood. There's no need for concern, Toa. We're all in this together. Every one of us has their own part to play. Thank you, both of you. But still, we can't just send them out by themselves.
And I guess you'll just have to let me join them.
Huh, so that's why you two were acting weird.
I'm sure you must think I have no right to come back like this. I can't possibly make up for everything I've done. But I'm going to help anyway. Because I'd rather not get the same failing marks Franz did.
George.
So that makes 3. Not as many as I'd like, but...
Then allow
Have no
me to lend you a
fear.
hand. Grandmother.
I fulfilled my duty as a witch, and Leanne has passed.
It
Now
hurts.
that I have played my part, I may as well bloom one final time for you young folk. Were we to add my strength to that of the Ragnar girl, a former gnome, and the Rhineford maid, would that be sufficient?
That'd be more than enough. But if it's possible, I'd prefer to have the curvier version of you come with us.
Don't we all, Angie? Don't we all?
Now's really the time.
That was always the time.
It would be our pleasure to have you accompany us, Lady Roselia.
For crying out loud.
We now have 4 groups. Our forces have expanded considerably.
But what about the last pail?
You can leave that one to me.
Principal Le Guin!
Aren't you supposed to be focusing on all that meal mirage stuff?
Certainly. But the plan has always been to leave the first day of the operation was prepared. I'll be taking over tomorrow, once the war is
Lieutenant General Bright anticipates that both sides will spend the first day scouting, with perhaps a few light skirmishes at best. Presumably, General Van Dyke will mobilize the Imperial Army with a similar mindset.
All bets are off once that second day is, however. Odds are, all 8 battlefronts will erupt into all-out carnage at about the same time.
The Imperial Army will likely be forced to a halt in both Liberal and Remiferia. You can expect they'll deploy their strongest armored divisions, the 3rd and 4th included, at that time.
Yeah, I thought that might be the case.
And the reason you're helping us out is so things don't get to that point, right?
perhaps. It should be a suitable warm-up for the decisive battle to come next. Though, of course, I won't be going alone.
Oh my. Team stacked.
It's as the General says. We too will be assisting you. For the first day, anyway.
This will be my final duty as head of the Arcade School. I shall prove us worthy in succeeding the Sandblock name.
I don't know if I measure up to these 3, but this is as good a chance as any to make up for all the time I lost.
Father!
In more ways than
Tobal.
one.
I had a feeling Vita would show up to help. Can't pass up a chance to hog the spotlight, huh, Vita?
Show them what you can do, Zero Artisan.
Thank you. We couldn't be more lucky to have the 4 of you with us. That goes for the rest of you, too. Estelle, Lloyd, Duvalie, Angelica, Sharon, each and every one of you.
Indeed. And with that, I hereby declare Operation Shining Steel officially underway. We fly tomorrow at noon, as Mille Mirage and the World Serpent begin their clash.
We'll be
You got it.
rendezvousing with the rest of our allies in Mishelam. later today. This may be the last time we're all together, so we're planning to have a small celebration of sorts. We were hoping all of you could join us.
In other words, Mishi has no choice but to entertain me for as long as I crave. Alright, Tio. I just wish Noelle, Risha, and Shizuku could have made it too. I wish.
Sorry we're late.
Hey, gang.
Pardon us. It's good to see you all again. Woohoo, I can play now! And thus, in the guest house of Mishelam's villa grounds, did the send-off party for Mil Mirage commence. Class 7's new and old sat among their fellow instructors, alumni, and classmates. The Liberalian Bracers and the support section, members of the Septian Church and the Haxton clan alike. And even those revisiting from Calvert and Referia had all come as one to join in the festivities. Together they mingled, if only for tonight, enjoying food and conversation in the warm comforts of camaraderie. Laughs were exchanged on the eve of war as they each shared in their hopes of what the morning would bring. And then...
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, you want to go after Mishelam. Now we don't need to talk to anybody. Let's just have a guys' night out. Who cares about romance? It's all about the bros tonight. Should go see him when you get the chance. Oh, I can't wait. But that's probably not going to come until the end after you do everything. Mishelam. EVENTIDE, Night of Promises. Okay. Duvalie's Star Rider outfit, Duvalie's personal outfit. Oh, hi. What the hell? You just... You're right behind me. Okay, bye. Okay, can you let me go, please? Hello? Myrna? Kinda stuck here. Hello? I can't move! Let me out! Myrna? Hello? Yep. Myrna? I can't talk to anybody else. I can't! You trapped me here! Can I go, please? Oh god. What is this? Dude, this ninja maid. Excuse me? Can you move? What's it gonna take for you to move? Okay, let me just sit here. Just a minute. I think she's probably just gonna stare at me. I think she's just gonna stare at me. I might have to reload. And thank god I actually saved after dueling Toval. I think I saved after dueling Toval.
Now...
Duvalie's just looking at me like, what the hell is this dude standing here for? Why is he just standing next to me? Meanwhile, Myrna's just looking me dead in the eye like, you're stuck, bitch. Cool. Ladies drinking contest. Just do it. Oh, I didn't talk to them. Oh, I actually kind of have to talk. There's one. Do do do. Do do do. I know it's not the same, but there's a guy in my life I find completely infuriating. I wonder who. In fact, I wish he were here right now so I can punch him in his stupid, handsome face. How nice of you, Lucy. Woohoo, Doob's joining. Inhibitions lowered, hands reach for the same glass. Feelings long buried suddenly burst forth and blossom into the jovial atmosphere. Anything you say will give Dorothy ideas. Sweet. And then it wasn't long before the participants of the drinking contest assembled on the beach. Get your drinks on. Group 1, Roselia, Duvley, and Aurelia. Each burned with competitive spirit in the face of their challenge. Then, shortly after the drinking began, easily. Yeah, Duvley is long gone now. Group 2, Cecile, Lucy, and Edel. The contest starts out with a happy drinking and chatting, but before long. Group V, Sarah, Charizard, and Sharon. Charizard had already been drinking, so it didn't take long before she lagged behind Sarah and Sharon. Damn, Sharon. I'm drinking Sarah and Shara. Impressive. From there, the winners of the three groups began the final round. They continued to drink hard alcohol as if it was water. Time passed without a clear winner. We're gonna be here all night, guys. Just go to sleep, they'll still be drinking. Next time we should get the guys involved. Of course, Dorothy. Woohoo! Yay! Alright, with the optional quest done, we're basically done with all the side stuff. All that's left to do, bonding stuff, and then talk with Cassius. So let me just do this real quick.
Okay. Thanks, everyone.
Great job.
See you later.
See you later, Bean. Let's do it. There is something specific I need to tell you. I received a letter from Master Kafai. He sent it from Longlai, which is probably because you were captured and your mirror sealed off. As you already know, the initial stage of the 8 Leaf School is to fully understand all of the form fundamentals in their entirety. In that regard, those who have been permitted to leave Master Kafai's side have been set on the path to the mastery of the style. You now stand at the end of the path. Does that mean you're going to step in for him? Nods. Yes, I will see if you have absorbed our final teachings in Master Kafai's place. It won't take long. You have time now. Oh, baby. Allow me to relay to you what Master Kafai wrote in his letter. Green, it would seem you have found yourself in a most dire situation. Even so, I believe you will overcome these obstacles blocking your path. I believe you can persevere despite all your struggles. I have therefore decided to avoid Ymir and keep myself hidden, that I may pass you this message through Cassius. There is, after all, a high possibility of you happening upon your fellow disciple for the first time in the midst of these turbulent days. Though you've already reached the intermediate level, I am certain you are yet capable of more. You have been, ever since the moment you mastered the formidable ogre within you. All you require now is proof. To earn it, you will need to conquer yourself. Only when you succeed will you be promoted, as is our tradition. Master Kafai, this is a lot to take in. How exactly am I supposed to conquer myself? They may not be entirely comparable, but I remember hearing from Victor that you bore witness to a challenge not unlike this one, 2 months ago? Oh. That's right, between his lordship and Principal Le Guin. Behind that single strike you saw was an infinite number of possible outcomes, playing out within our minds. I believe Countess Le Guin was trying to confirm for herself just how far she had mastered her blade. In that sense, was akin to a mirror, perfectly matching her stroke for stroke. I see. So he is I, and I am him? You've come quite far as it is, if you've already understand that much. That sword. That is not the sword you once wielded. Indeed, my blade has long since been thrown aside. I borrowed this sword from a former subordinate, one who also followed the path of 8 leaves. Despite not being a dark disciple, he nevertheless possesses an instinct greater than my own. I see. How very curious. You must mean Colonel Richard of the Royal Army, or ex-colonel, since the coup attempt. I hear he started a private research firm post-pardoning. I will soon be changing the form you perceive me as. You will then see me as that which you fear most deeply. I'm sure you can imagine what that may be. Yes, I can. Oh, 100%, I think we'll see him. But I know what I have to do. I have to confront this, here and now. I'm ready to face the challenge before me, Cassius Bright, my fellow disciple. Nobly spoken, Rinschwarzer. I, Victor Arcade, will be honored to stand as your witness.
We will begin the trial of the 8 leaves, 1 blade. Let us see if you are worthy. What is your name?
Rinschwarzer, an intermediate level disciple of the 8 leaves, 1 blade school.
Which form will you demonstrate mastery of?
The 7th form, Void, the nothingness that contains all.
He is I, and I am him.
I am him, and he is I.
Will you offer yourself to him to reach the peak of swordsmanship?
No, I will exist alongside him. We will be as one. The sword I seek is that of the void, the gleaming blade that illuminates the darkness.
Then show me the light at the end of your journey. Show me by conquering yourself.
Now begin the trial of the Divine Blade, the peak of the 8 leaves.
Move.
Show mastery of all crafts to reach the peak of swordsmanship.
Crimson Slash! Let's go! Cut through! Disappear! Let's go! Roar! Healing strike! Despair! Die! It's my turn! Arcane Gale! Die!
Epiphany.
All right, got it.
Reen can now use the S-Craft, Breaking Dawn.
I can't lose.
Oh, here it is. Physical, 4S, removes positive effects, an 8 leaves technique that drives back the darkness.
Eternally flowing. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, 8 leaves. Breaking Dawn.
Beautiful.
Well done.
The duel is over. The victor is Reen Schwarzer.
You've come a long way, young Reen. Thank you, Lieutenant General. I finally understand what my master was trying to teach me. I can feel it, body and soul. The 8 leaves is more than just a technique of tradition. That's to come from within you. Precisely. You have proven yourself more than ready. I will now read the scroll the master enclosed in his letter.
Reen Schwarzer, you have mastered the techniques of the 8 Leaves One Blade School. You are granted the title Divine Blade. You may now take on disciples of your own.
I accept. Though on second thought, I'm not so sure I really deserve being called a Divine Blade. Arios and I have both walked upon this very same path. You will be the Master's last direct disciple. It is up to you how you accept the responsibility of the title bestowed upon you. I see. And in that case, I wholeheartedly accept. I feel most privileged to have been present for this moment. I suspect that others will agree with my sentiment. Huh? Thank you, everyone. All of you. I wouldn't have made it this far without your help. You deserve it, Reen. It warms my heart to see a girl like this. So, should we start calling you Divine Blade Schwarzer now, instead of the Ashen Chevalier? I don't know about all that just yet. The Divine Blade of Ash, maybe? Is that too obvious? I'm not sure Ash himself would like that very much. What about the Divine Blade of Light? He does light up our lives after all. How about the Divine Blade of Dawn? The 7th form was Void, right? Let's call him the Divine Blade of Zero. Congratulations, Reen, you are now a Divine Blade. Reen's friends and colleagues congratulated him as he thanked them for their support. Lieutenant General Bright and Viscount Arcade then returned to patrolling Mishelam for the night. Reen can now use S-Craft Breaking Dawn. And that quest was nice and all, but I wish that entire thing was actually voiced. That's such a big moment for Reen specifically that it deserves to be fully voiced. As far as like the entire quest within everybody. Or Mill?
So you came after all.
Of course, I am the Harem King after all. What's with the outfit? Damn it, controller. So I take it this means you're done with the RMP? Yes, now that Operation Jormungand is ready, the RMP will be obsolete. I'll be joining up with Governor General Rufus, Prince Cedric Lecter, and the others tomorrow. We'll all be mobilizing on board Tuatha De Danann. Let's see. I'm sorry, Reen. I couldn't change after all. I set up this meeting so we could see each other one last time. Fire. Don't go easy on me now. As an Ironblood, I have a duty to apprehend you. I could force you to go where the upcoming rivalries will be taking place. Likewise, you will have an opportunity to incapacitate one of your enemy's pawns. I hope you're not going to pass it up. Either way, we both have a lot to gain, don't you think? You may be right, but I still haven't given up on you. How can you possibly say that? I had you come here alone. I could have easily been planning an ambush. Please give me some credit. I would have sensed if there was anyone else here besides us. You came here alone, same as me. You didn't want Lecter or one of your other allies interfering, right? Besides, even if I wasn't able to sense a sneak attack coming, I know you wouldn't pull that kind of trick. That's not the Claire Revolt I know. Nobody bears a grudge against you. Not me or Milliam or Altina or Yuna. Everyone in the old Class 7, even Sarah, would be happy to have you on our side. There's no going back now. It won't change no matter what kind of front you put on, or how much you try to resist us. I'm sure it's the same for your brother and Major Irving. We all care about you so much, we'll never give up on you.
Stop it! How can you be so cruel? I stood by and let Milliam die. I'm still going along with the Great Twilight. Don't you dare forgive me. If you don't hate me, how am I supposed to?
Come on now, Claire. You know that isn't fair.
Milliam, you're here. Yeah, I saw you sneaking out. I got Eustace to stand down while I came on my own to check things out. I should have known you were just going to meet a lovely lady. Oh, and speaking of that, your outfit is so cool, Claire. Right? Ow. My body may be gone, but my spirit lives on in the sword. Thanks to the Steel Maiden, I can walk around outside it again. Didn't Campanella tell you? Well, I guess he's not the type to share. Milliam, it's really you. I'm so glad. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to make you cry. I'm really bad at this stuff. I really need to work on my social skills, huh? Milliam,
I'm not gonna make a mistake like that again. Even with what's happened, I'm still an Ironblood. I've gotta look out for you, too. Tomorrow, we'll finally settle things once and for all. With you, Lecter, Rufus, Gramps, and that newbie Prince, too. Me and Reen will get through to you guys.
she's right. We'll see you tomorrow. Regardless of Jormungand or Mil Mirage, I promise you that as a member of the Radiant Wings. Just have patience until then.
All right, if you insist. I'll be waiting for you. That's my promise as a knight and guardian of the Great Twilight and a pawn of the rivalries.
And as a member of your harem.
When next we meet, I won't show any mercy.
Okay. We'll come at you with everything we've got. See this Tachi and something else. Ooh la la. Sorry, I didn't mean to waste so much of your time on an important night like this. But I'm really happy I got to see you. Thank you, Reen. You too, Milliam. Yeah, same here. Ooh, that's a pretty fancy airship she came on. I wonder if it's one of those high-speed RMP dealies. And I wish you could have come along and checked it out. I bet it'd make for one heck of a joyride. If only things were that easy. For now, just seeing your face again is enough for me. We'll set everything right tomorrow. Yep, you bet we will. Roger, Roger. Glido Hearts. Before long, the festivities started to come to a close. Those who attended readied themselves to head back to the hotel. After parting ways with everyone else, Reen found himself wandering toward the pier, with no particular purpose in mind. Wow, you can just see just about everything from here. The Courageous 2, the Merkabahs, the Bobcat, even the Pantagruel.
What a wonderful breeze. Wow, this is an amazing view. I can see Mishelam, the Pantagruel, and even Crossbell City. Bringing me here to sober up. My, you really know how to show a girl a good time.
Oh, it's nothing like that. I simply got the idea when we landed here this evening. More to the point, I had anticipated your inevitable inebriation, my dear Shara.
You really do know me. This is nice. I miss those days when we were able to share drinks together. But you've been doing a fantastic job ever since coming back to the Empire. Though they call you Debaucherous Prince, you never let it get to you. You've been there for your family. Hell, the whole Empire.
Well, I've never been without people supporting me. Mueller, my parents, Alphen, Class 7, the Viscount, the Erebonian Bracers. I can't forget Lloyd's team, and, of course, Estelle and Joshua. But most of all, you.
No, I couldn't do a thing to help you. Sure, I held on to the artifact for you and acted as a liaison. But I couldn't stop the Courageous from being destroyed. I couldn't keep you safe. I'm sorry, Olivier. I'm sorry that I wasn't there for you. It must have been painful. You've suffered so much.
Now that you're here, that pain is but a distant memory. We'll be there tomorrow. Together. That's all that matters.
But... No, you're right. Just leave it to me. The silver streak will light the way for your radiant wings.
I'll be counting on it. And it may not be fair to ask you at a time like this, yet. If we can claim victory in tomorrow's battle and stop the Great Twilight, if we can put out the fires of war and bring peace to this land once more, would you do me the honor of becoming my wife?
Oh, he said it. Oh, there it is. I'm gonna have to turn Elise down first. This is gonna break her heart. I never even asked her in the first place. Instructor Sarah.
Hey, slow down there. No need to rush on my account. I'm just here a little early. Got way too antsy sitting around waiting, you know?
Listen, Instructor. I'm the sacrifice. Who knows what'll happen tomorrow? This might be our last chance to talk like this. I don't want any regrets, that's why I asked you to meet me here.
I feel the same. I've also got my share of things I don't want to leave unsaid.
I love you, Sarah. I know I'm inexperienced and far from your type at that. But I want to be with you, now and forever.
I want the same, Reem.
God.
Yes, you were my student. But at some point, you became something so much more. After we talked about my past, when I almost lost you at the canyon, I realized I never want to let you go. I want to be right here with you, always.
Some instructor I turned out to be.
I've already graduated. There's nothing stopping us. He's in. He's officially in.
Look at that. They really went all out, huh? Couldn't ask for a better mood tonight. Makes me want to work all that much harder tomorrow.
Me too. We'll give it our all together. Eventide. End. Woohoo! After 3.5 hours, we're finally done with Eventide.